The purpose of foldable phones has always been something that people questioned. What is the point of these expensive devices that for some fail to be an adequate replacement for either of the two kinds of devices foldables try to replace? In this video, I'm going to break down the key differences in owning a phone plus tablet versus just owning a foldable phone for both of those purposes. Let me know which of these options you prefer, a foldable phone for both your tablet and cell phone needs, or a tablet and a smartphone. Let me know in the comments below. Okay, into the video now. In 2023, soon to be 2024, foldables have come a long way. In the past, we mainly only had one form factor of foldable phones that was offered by Samsung, but now we have a variety of types of foldable phones to choose from. Some aren't available everywhere in the world, but now there's at least 3 kinds of options available in most places. You have the slim and narrow form factor that excels at one-hand usage. Then you have the short and stubby form factor that excels at pocketability while still offering a more traditional smartphone experience and a great typing experience. Lastly, you have the almost normal form factor that basically offers a normal smartphone experience without compromising too much on the size and the aspect ratio. Wherever your preferences land will determine how good of a phone one of these devices can be for you. For some, the one-hand ability of the Z Fold 5 is perfect for quick usage sessions while on the go. For others, the short form factor of the Pixel Fold is the perfect balance between one-hand usage and also a normal typing experience. And then the last is perfect to some for being everything they need without ever needing to open up the big display. In my opinion, all of these form factors work well as a smartphone and can comfortably replace normal phones, especially when you consider that the story doesn't end on the outer display. But now let's talk about the tablet experience. Foldable phones have beautiful and bright displays that are almost around the size of 2 regular smartphones side by side. The only downside to this is that when you're watching normal content that is in the 16:9 aspect ratio, these phones won't be able to fully take advantage of the whole screen. You end up with big borders on the top and the bottom that are created to make the content properly fit within the display aspect ratio. Normal tablets are usually made in the aspect ratio that is closer to 16:9, so generally content fills up a lot more space of a tablet screen versus these foldable phones. Foldable phones lean more towards like a square aspect ratio, which on a side note is perfect for older games like GameCube games, for example. Even smaller tablets like iPad minis can have a better viewing experience, unless you're somebody who really cares and notices display quality differences. The Z Fold 5 has a sharper and way brighter screen than the iPad mini, so despite the comparable size, the Z Fold 5 has a better overall picture and quality, and you can apply this to other high-end foldable phones as well. But no matter how much I try to spin it, these phones can't necessarily fully replace a tablet or a laptop. Their screens are just too small to do that, and they mostly lack adequate tablet-like software optimizations, and you can even adjust the DPI to force tablet versions of apps, but this only goes a long way. Tablet screen sizes and shapes, like I said, are just closer to traditional content sizes. It's easier to create apps and optimizations for these displays because it's more normal, more what we're used to. Tablets have also been around longer. One thing that these phones can comfortably replace though is an iPad mini or any smaller tablet around that size. The slightly bigger size of the latest iPad mini isn't that much of an advantage, and modern foldable phones can compete in terms of power and efficiency. Samsung Folds take it a bit further and offer proper display out modes on external monitors, which iPad minis and other small tablets just don't have. And then there's also the fact that foldable phones are like 2 devices in one, which equals to 1 less device to charge and 1 less device to worry about, 1 less device to pack and carry with you, 1 less device catching dust if you don't use it often. At least with the foldable phone, you can use the tablet-like screen whenever and wherever you are, whereas with a tablet, you have to actively go and find it and make sure it's charged to use it. So with a foldable phone like the OnePlus Open, even if you never open up the screen, it's still there for whenever you do need to use it. In terms of creativity like drawing, video editing, photo editing, folding phones can compete in all these areas, even with the best of the best. For drawing or note-taking, you have the S Pen for the Z Fold series or the Oppo Stylus for the Oppo/OnePlus foldables. I'm not fully sure about how capable the Oppo Stylus is, but the S Pen has comparable latency and sensitivity to the Apple Pencil 2. And not to mention the S Pen's plethora of additional features. For productivity, you have more intuitive multitasking capabilities than the iPads in the OnePlus Open or the Z Fold 5. Both of these devices can allow up to 4 apps or more on the screen, while the non-M series iPads can only do up to 3 things, using a limited version of floating windows. But if we're comparing to other tablets that are not iPads, the Samsung Galaxy tablets have all of the features of the Fold 5 and more. So in terms of productivity, foldable phones just can't win against those tablets. All this to say though, these foldable phones are very capable and can keep up and even do better depending on what your own personal needs and demands are. The cameras. Foldables aren't known for having the best cameras on smartphones. However, they still usually have flagship level cameras. At the very least, their cameras destroy any tablet camera and can actually be used for different things. You can take pictures of your kids, you can take pictures outside, you can use it for an amateur photo shoot, you can create videos. They'll all look decent to amazing. Whereas with tablet cameras, it's gonna look like decent to bad. You can check out this video at the top right that was filmed and edited on a Z Fold 5. Foldables can also use their cameras in different ways that normal smartphones can't, like using the flexible hinges to prop up the phone like a tripod, or using the outer display as a viewfinder while you take selfies or videos with the main cameras. This area is definitely worth a few bonus points over normal tablets and even smartphones when it comes to camera versatility. But it really comes down to your own use case. If you're primarily consuming media on your tablet, then you probably don't need a foldable phone in my opinion, and you can just get a tablet with a decent display for watching or playing content for way cheaper than a foldable phone. If you're somebody who's always working on the go and you use your tablet for work purposes often, then I would argue there is a strong case for why you should get a foldable phone. Multitasking is amazing and way better than how it is on normal phones. Getting real work done is also more possible due to the large display, and having all your files in one place in your pocket ready to go at all times is just undefeatable. Since I got my Fold 5, I haven't touched an iPad in months. I've been using a combination of smartphones for all my computing needs. Video editing, content consumption, documentation, and planning. I do all of that on my smartphones without issues, and the Fold 5 provides the best experience for most of those things. Take it a step further with an external monitor and go crazy with Samsung DeX, all from your Galaxy Z Fold. If you know about Stage Manager, then Samsung DeX is similar, but more developed in my opinion. You can check out my video at the top right for that as well. Okay, so now let's get into the prices. Foldable phones are around $2,000 brand new on sale in Canada. So the OnePlus Open right now with sales is around $2,000 Canadian, and then after tax is $2,260. The Z Fold 5 is around $2,050 for 256 gigs of storage, and then after tax it is $2,316. So these are the two top of the line foldable phones available in my country. Now let's compare tablet and phone combinations of all the different brands. So the OnePlus Pad, which also includes a free stylus or a keyboard with the trackpad, is around $650 brand new with no sales. And then the OnePlus 11, which also works with the tablet and has like ecosystem type stuff, is $900. After tax, that's around $1,751. But that's like around $600 less than the foldable phones. And then if we take a look within Samsung's own ecosystem of products, we got the S23 at the base price of $1,099, the S9 FE tablet at $600. If you add those together, that's $1,700, and then after tax is around $1,918. It's pretty close to the price of one foldable phone, but not quite there. You're still saving a couple hundred. And then within the Apple ecosystem, you got the base model iPhone 15 at $1,129, and then the iPad Air at $799. Total $1,928, and the after tax around $2,179. For Google, you got the Pixel 8 at $950, the Pixel tablet at $699 for a total of $1,649. After tax in Ontario, around $1,863. So all these combinations, you can definitely switch them up. It doesn't have to be exactly these phones or tablets. Like for example, with the iPhones, Apple is still selling the iPhone 13, so you can still buy that for a cheaper price, and even buy an iPad mini for a cheaper price, or the base model iPad to create your combination. But this is just a general idea of like different ranges of products that you can get in combination for the price of a foldable phone. But yeah, basically for high-end foldable phones, you're paying the price of two devices. This sounds crazy on paper because you're only buying one thing. But when you think about all you get in these devices, you're literally getting two devices and more on top of that for the price. But I won't knock anybody who would rather spend less and get a competent tablet and a competent phone combination. That route is perfectly fine, and honestly might just be better for a lot of people. I think either option can be worth it depending on who you are. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below again, and which combination you prefer in the comment section. But we out, peace.